Let's talk about allergies, specifically ocular allergies or allergic conjunctivitis. Allergies can affect the eyes just as much, if not sometimes more, than your typical sneezing, coughing, and runny or stuffy nose. Ocular symptoms of allergies include itchy, watery, red, and swollen eyes. Mast cells in the eye produce histamine when they come into contact with something that irritates them, an allergen. They can be seasonal, usually caused by airborne particles of pollen from grass, trees, or ragweed in the spring or fall, or more generally from something in the environment like pet dander, dust, smoke, mold, or perfumes. They can also be caused by direct contact with an allergen like food, cosmetics, preservatives found in some eye drops, or even certain contact lens materials. All right, let's break down the conjunctivitis part of allergic conjunctivitis. The conjunctiva has two parts. First, the bulbar conjunctiva, which is the clear layer over the white part of your eyes. Normally, you don't even see this, and that extends down and around to connect to the palpebral conjunctiva, the inside layer of your upper and lower eyelids. Fun fact, since those two parts connect, a contact lens cannot physically get stuck behind your eye. There's no pathway for it to get there, but we'll talk about contact lenses another day. Back to allergies and the suffix itis, which means inflammation or swelling. So with conjunctivitis, we get a swollen conjunctiva. There are different types of conjunctivitis, bacterial, viral, or allergic. Today we're only talking about allergic conjunctivitis, which is not contagious. We classify allergies based on the severity, mild, moderate, or severe. Mild signs may include injection or redness of the bulbar conjunctiva and papillae in the palpebral conjunctiva. Papillae cause a bumpy appearance of that tissue. As the severity increases, the appearance looks worse. More redness, more papillae, epiphora, which is watery eyes, and chemosis, which is swelling of the bulbar conjunctiva. This can be severe enough that it swells beyond the height of surrounding tissues like the cornea, the front clear part of the eye, and even appear to spill over the eyelids. Symptoms of ocular allergies go along with the severity of the signs: itching, redness, watering, which can also cause blurry vision, swelling, light sensitivity, and swollen eyelids. There's also a more severe form of allergic conjunctivitis called vernal keratoconjunctivitis. Vernal means spring. Kerato refers to the cornea, the front clear part of the eye, again the conjunctiva, and itis, the inflammation or swelling of these tissues. There's a much more severe response with this condition in the conjunctiva. The papillae in the palpebral conjunctiva are usually much larger, sometimes classified as giant papillae. The superior palpebral conjunctiva is more swollen, and now we're adding the cornea to the mix. Signs here can range from mild, with small erosions, to severe, with large erosions and ulcers. Corneal signs and symptoms can even cause loss of vision if scarring occurs. We need the cornea to be clear so that light passes directly through it in order to see. With scarring, there is now clouding in the cornea, which can obscure vision. Vernal keratoconjunctivitis is not as common as your run-of-the-mill allergic conjunctivitis. It is more common in hot, dry, subtropical climates such as the Mediterranean, the Middle East, Central and West Africa, South America, Japan, Thailand, and India. On to how we treat allergic conjunctivitis. Treatment depends on the severity. Sometimes cool compresses and artificial tears are enough in mild cases. Artificial tears don't actually target the cause, but they can rinse away allergens and make the eye more comfortable. I prefer preservative-free artificial tears so we aren't introducing another potential allergen to the eye with the drops. Another treatment includes antihistamine eye drops, which are now targeting the cause to alleviate the histamine response. They also make a combination drop of antihistamine and mast cell stabilizer. Remember, the mast cells are what release the histamine to cause the cascade of symptoms. These drops are great with more chronic allergic conjunctivitis because we're treating the immediate histamine response and now trying to prevent the mast cells from releasing histamine to limit the response further and more long term. There are some great over-the-counter options of these drops, including olopatadine, name brand Pataday, alcaftidine, name brand Lasticaft, and ketotifen, name brands Zaditor and Alloway. With antihistamines, we do need to be careful if a person also has dry eye syndrome because they usually cause the dryness to be worse. More severe cases of allergic conjunctivitis may need to be treated with ocular steroid eye drops, which are prescription only and need to be prescribed and monitored by an eye care provider. These typically calm the inflammation more quickly, but may need to be used in conjunction with antihistamines. If a person knows their particular allergy, for example dogs or cats, avoidance may be a treatment option. Allergy skin testing can be used to determine the offending allergen. Avoidance would also be the ultimate treatment option when a person is allergic to a preservative in some eye drops or a certain contact lens material. We would discontinue using those eye drops or contact lenses, treat the inflammation, and recommend or prescribe different eye drops or contact lenses. Immunotherapy or allergy shots that people take for systemic allergies can also treat ocular allergies. If you have any symptoms of allergic conjunctivitis, it's a good idea to see a local eye care provider so they can take a closer look, make the correct diagnosis, and recommend the best treatment for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a little more about eyes.
Like and subscribe to our mom's channel to learn more about eyes. Bye!